Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight I have a second World of Warships video for you because I was kind of issued a challenge. It wasn't a direct challenge. Somebody didn't say, hey, jump into New Orleans and go out and murder people and see what you think. It was more of a, hey, you should totally get to Baltimore. I never see you play cruisers. And it got me thinking. We've grown a lot very quickly. In fact, since April, since Easter, we had 4,400 subscribers in Easter, and now we are over 7,000 as of this morning. I cannot stress to you guys enough how much that is awesome and what it means to me as a person, because I'll be real, I never expected my channel to ever get popular or anything like that, let alone have 7,000 people tune in to watch. Like that's an insane amount of people. Now, some of you newer folk probably don't know. Those of you who have been around a while definitely do know I'm from the middle of nowhere. That's why I don't do a whole lot of streaming, because I can't stream at a good enough quality that I would, that I would prefer to stream at. If I was able to stream, I'd like to stream, at good resolution and good frame rate and good bit rate. Unfortunately, I just can't quite do that. I do try to stream occasionally for you guys now that I have new internet. But it's satellite, so it's inconsistent at best. Now, we're on Two Brothers. We're out in the middle of nowhere. This match is going to take a long time to develop, because their entire team, I'm just going to throw this out there, decided to not go this way. This is the only time I've ever seen this happen on Two Brothers. Generally speaking, you have a decent split between both sides of the map, and then one dummy tries to go down the center of the map and usually ends up dead. So while we're sitting here, I figure we could talk and just have a good time. So some of you guys don't know that when I first started playing World of Warships, of course you have to go down the American cruisers line to get to the battleships, right? And I really, really enjoyed the cruisers for the Americans up until the Omaha. I loved the Omaha, don't get me wrong. Omaha is an amazing ship. The Pensacola, on the other hand, seemed like a step down. And the New Orleans follows in its footsteps, and so I just haven't really been playing it a whole lot. I still play it, don't get me wrong. I'm still trying to get that Baltimore, because this is my next closest ship. This and the Benson are both, in the neighborhood of being able to get to the Tier 7. So I've almost got the entire American line, or American tree, unlocked already. That just goes to show you how much I've been playing this game. It's been a lot. I've already played quite a few games. But I really do enjoy cruisers. It's just these high-tier American cruisers don't get torpedoes. And there's a lot of situations where you could really, really use torpedoes. But that being said, they do have a purpose in the game, and you're going to see me play with that purpose in this match. Now, I have armor piercing loaded because they had quite a few cruisers out there, and this thing's 203, aka 8-inch guns. That's right, this thing literally has, 9 8-inch guns attached to it? If you look at the 3 different turrets having 3 guns each, that's 9 8-inch guns. Now, if you played World of Tanks, you know my favorite tank that I played in World of Tanks was the M53, M55, or just the M55, because all I used was the 8-inch howitzer. So, the M55 had an 8-inch gun. This has 9 8-inch guns, which is ridiculous. That's why ships are so much more ridiculous than what you get in tanks. There's no contest. These things are massive, and they do so much damage with each of their shells, and it's crazy to think about. But what this thing is going to do in this match is exactly what this cruiser was built to do, and that is defend as best we can the battleship and the destroyer that's right there pushing the issue. We have 2 battleships in the neighborhood, and we are going to rain hellfire on those battleships. And we also have destroyers in the AO, and my job, first and foremost, is to get rid of those destroyers. So, while this Fubuki's broadside on and not really paying a whole lot of attention, he's going to get absolutely decimated by 8-inch howitzers. That's right, he just took multiple hits from 8-inch high explosive, and more are on the way, and he's still not able to speed up because he had to wait for those torps to go by. So while he's sitting there, we go ahead and hit him again. Now, he's finally going to get the message that he needs to speed up. But unfortunately for him, it's a bit too late because this salvo here is going to hit his propulsion. And he's not going to be able to go anywhere. And he's on fire. And he's just having a bad day in general. Sorry, Fubuki. You screwed up. And go back to port for you. Now we have a King George V over here. And we have a New York on the enemy team that are both guarding their cap. And a second destroyer has entered the battle. I don't know if you saw him for a split second. He was lit up, heading in there towards our team. Now, our team is taking kind of a pounding, and I'm just trying to put as much high explosive on these battleships as possible to work on, you know, it adds up. It really does. When you're hitting people with 8-inch howitzers and you're getting solid damage, and then if you set them on fire, God knows, like this thing can literally light you on fire at least every other time it hits you, usually. And there's a lot of times this thing will hit you and set you on fire twice with one salvo. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not even set up for the like fire. Like I could actually go even harder on this for fire. But that's not what I usually go for. I usually go for dispersion. I usually go for penetration on the armor piercing, and you know, those sort of things, because armor piercing is juicy, but that still doesn't undersell the fact that high explosive can be devastating. It's a DOT sort of thing, a damage over time, but damage over time is still damage, and it adds up. We're only at 16,000 right now, and we've been in the match for half of the match so far, but it's taken us so long to get here. But just watch how much damage we rack up. Now, our team is starting to lose the match. Not much I can do. They all went one way. They can't fight off, you know, the whole team of the other team, minus a couple destroyers and a couple battleships. Like, you're literally... Let's see, we had one destroyer, one battleship, and me over here. So 3 versus at least 4 that we've seen. So... we're undermanned, and we are going to absolutely put these 2 ships, or what's left of this side, into submission. It's going to take time. Again, that's the only issue with this, is that because I'm using high explosive and because I'm having to rely on fire damage and so on and so forth, it takes time. Now this Benson, broadside to me, waiting for that 8-inch hit. Come on! Ah, we only get 1 hit on him, and it damages his steering, which means he's going to have to burn that that damage control. We aim the shot again out ahead of him. This one looks a lot better, and we get a couple, actually just 1 more hit there. Unfortunately, he gets away with another one. He's turning away from us slightly, so we're going to aim a little bit further up, get another salvo off. Are we going to get him this time? Come on. Oh, no. Can't quite do it. So I just quit. He's getting too far away to accurately hit him with, you know, the ability for them to turn anyway. So there's small ships, great distance, moving fast. I can aim the shot, but it doesn't guarantee anything. But this King George is going to get a taste of his own medicine. Most of the time, British battleships fire HE. Now, I don't know exactly why that is. Maybe they get a better HE than other battleships, and so it just is easier for them to score a lot of damage that way instead of relying on citadels to do so. I am not 100% sure. Haven't actually tested it in my British battleships that I have unlocked because they're the low tiers and I haven't actually got a chance to use them a whole lot. But he's going to get a taste of his own medicine because I am going to burn this guy to the ground. He's already burned his damage control, and I've got him on fire twice already. And we're trying to get that 3rd fire. If you can get multiple fires across that deck, you're in good shape. Now this Benson is going over on an attack run on our battleship, and there's already torps out, and there's nothing I can do with it. And their New York finishes off our battleship. Now that leaves me over here by myself, and as you can see, team completely collapsed. Alright, team has completely collapsed. But it's me versus 3 ships right now. The destroyer, who's highly damaged, the King George, whose health has completely disappeared thanks to the 3 fires that I put him on. But now that he's put the fires out, we're going to go ahead and light him up again. He's like, finally, I get to put the fires out. And then he immediately gets set on fire again. Or maybe they just burned out. Maybe the first 2 fires that were in the nose of the ship burned out, because the rear is still on fire. And I don't think we've set a new fire yet. But we're going to try. He's trying to close in on us, and we've taken very little damage. And some people might even say, hey, Spartan, you could have been a little bit more aggressive in this one, or, you know, something like that. But honestly, with the fact that these cruisers end up citadels for battleships, you don't want to be more aggressive in this. Sit back, take what they give you, avoid most of the rounds, because most of the time when they fire, you can actually avoid the rounds, and burn them to the ground. It does work. It takes a while, but it does work, and we managed to take him down. We're at 96,000 damage right now. Now, I noticed that I'm getting shot at by a destroyer. He lights up on my left, and I immediately try to shoot at the battleship, because I hadn't noticed in the game yet, because I had taken a minute. Now I've noticed him. Hello, Benson. How are you doing? Are you coming on at a torpedo run for me? Is that what you're doing? Because I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to throw up my damage, or not my damage control, but my, what do you call that? The hydroacoustic search. And we're going to punish you with these 203mm guns. And I'm going to get secondary fire on you, just in case. So, because we focused on him, we get rid of him. He's gone. He panic fired his torps, didn't get very well lined up, and I'd already turned away from them, so I've got nothing to fear from his torps. Now, you'll notice the enemy is in our base capping. It's not preferable. I was kind of hoping these guys would come after me, because personally, I think I could take them down at this point, because I'm feeling pretty freaking invincible at this point. I've managed to sink 2 of the people that I was up against. Now I've got a 3rd, and we're trying to get him burned down as well. If he's doing a little bit more moving than the other battleship was. He's moving a little back and forth, so I'm not getting as many hits on him, which means I'm not getting as many chances to set him on fire. He's just moving enough. He's not doing a lot, because he is a battleship. It takes forever to turn a battleship. But he's doing enough that it's making it difficult to score multiple hits per salvo and get those easy fires. And the fact that he's a Tier 4 battleship means that he would be a very, very easy fire to take him down. Now, I have no idea how I'm in a Tier 6 and I'm against a Tier 4 right now, but it is the thing. Maybe he platooned up with somebody that was a higher tier. I don't know. But generally speaking, you have one-to-one matchmaking. This guy has to citadel me in order to win this engagement, because at this point, I'm taking everything he's got. He is not able to take this high explosive, because even high explosive is doing significant damage to him, and there's the fire. Now, you would expect him to put it out if he doesn't know what he's doing. But, as you can see, he's still on fire, and we managed to get away with another salvo of armor piercing from him, not getting any penetrations. We've lost half our health fighting 4 ships on this side of the match.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
And we've killed 2 of them. Significantly damaged the other one, but we lose the match. Unfortunate, but that was my highest damage game so far in the New Orleans. That's right, we broke 100,000. We got 114,000 damage of fire damage, HE goodies, in a cruiser at Tier 6. So, if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.